My name is Bailey Sinclair. I am a flight nurse with STARS Air Ambulance in Saskatoon. STARS is a non-profit organization here in Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. The goal of the company is to provide critical care anywhere to the people of our provinces. I work amongst a multidisciplinary team, so I work very closely with a critical care paramedic. I work with a transport physician who works mostly remotely, and 2 pilots. So typically we would respond to 2 different kinds of calls. So the first would be a scene call, so that might be something like a car accident or landing in a farmyard, where we get the patient from the scene and transport them into a tertiary care center. The other kind of call we do would be an interfacility call. So we go to a rural hospital for somebody who's critically ill, and we will bring them back to a tertiary center where they can receive a higher level of care. Every day here at STARS is different, and I think that's one of the things I love about it the most. A typical workday would probably begin with us going down to the hangar. We would check over the helicopter, check over equipment, make sure everything's working, make sure everything's there. After that, we wait for a call to come in. So some days we might do no calls, some days we might do 3 calls. It's just dependent on the day. If we're not doing calls, there's lots of stuff to do around the hangar, like continuing education or training or things like that. So I grew up with a mom who is a nurse, and she specifically actually worked in the transport world. So I've kind of grown up and known all about that my whole life, what that looked like, and I was able to see through her the different roles that a nurse can do within the realm of nursing, and she's done a lot of really cool things with her career. My training for this role, so I took my Bachelor of Science in Nursing through the University of Saskatchewan. I've also taken my critical care course through Saskatchewan Polytechnic. And then once you get hired in this job too, there's a lot of job-specific training. It's called STARS Critical Care Academy, and it's a 20-week program that you must take before working for the company. So a lot of job-specific training in that role. A typical pathway for most people coming into this role would be some sort of, especially in the nursing side, you would have to work some sort of critical care background. So specifically like intensive care or emergency, adult and children would be beneficial as well, but critical care background is important. Skills that would be important in this kind of work would be, you have to be motivated and focused. The job requires a lot of ongoing education, a lot of learning, a lot of training. You definitely have to be eager to learn and willing to keep up with those skills to be successful in this job. You definitely need to be adaptable and flexible, as we don't know what a day might look like. We don't know where we're going, what kind of call, if it's a child, if it's an adult, we have no idea. So you definitely need to be flexible. You also need to be a good team player and work well in a team. We work in a very small multidisciplinary team, and you have to work well with your partners to be successful in this job. I love everything about my work. My favorite part is that we are able to help those where and when they need it in our province. So I think that's the coolest part about our job. I love the variety that we get in this job, and I love the skilled and intelligent people I get to work with. As far as registered nursing goes, there is a ton of opportunity for registered nurses within our province. There's multiple job opportunities within the hospital, within different places. So there's definitely a job market for registered nurses. As far as critical care nurses and transport nurses specifically, there's not a lot of these roles in Saskatchewan. So I would say that if it's something that interests you, you should start working towards building your experience and reaching out to people in the industry as soon as you can, because like I said, there's not a lot of the jobs. Advice that I would pass on to someone trying to get into this type of field would be, you're never too early to start building that experience. Start as young as you can, get a variety of experiences, work in multiple places, reach out to people within the industry and show your interest, and see what else you can do to grow and evolve and help you get the experience you need. You're never too young to start searching for your dream job and working towards it. You never know when you might get it.